Prince Harry is back at it again, making headlines for all the wrong reasons. From secret six-figure rent-a-prince gigs in Toronto to cringy late-night stunts mocking the president and even auditioning for Hallmark movies, the Duke of Sussex is free-falling in royal reputation. Once a beloved royal, Harry now seems to be monetizing his title at every turn, embarrassing the monarchy and leaving everyone wondering, is this a deliberate power play, or just another example of a privileged royal thinking the world owes him a stage? Today, we're spilling the royal secrets. Buckle up, it's messy. Prince Harry has truly outdone himself this time. The Duke of Sussex apparently landed a speaking gig in Toronto, addressing a group of Canadian realtors. Yes, realtors. One can only imagine Harry flying across the Atlantic, landing at a Hilton, and thinking, this is exactly where my royal wisdom is needed. Naturally, the event was shrouded in secrecy, no cameras, no phones, no press, basically, the James Bond of real estate conferences. Tickets were going for $500 a pop, and shocker, they didn't even sell out. So much for being the world's most famous royal. Inside sources say Harry delivered a lightning-fast 20-minute speech, reportedly pulling in a six-figure paycheck. Let that sink in, 20 minutes of royal musings for hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's like me giving a TED Talk to a group of stockbrokers about investing when my total portfolio is $10. Utterly bizarre. And let's not forget the optics, a prince, a man born into privilege and a life of service, choosing to spend a weekend hobnobbing with politically motivated realtors. This isn't exactly Buckingham Palace meets Wall Street. The whole scenario screams desperation and entitlement. You can almost see Harry patting himself on the back, thinking, I'm leveraging my title for profit and prestige, while the rest of the world squints and wonders, why? If anything, this Toronto stunt might go down in history as one of the strangest royal appearances ever. Now let's unpack this Ontario Real Estate Association event, which Harry somehow decided was the perfect stage for his royal presence. According to the conference description, it's billed as one of Canada's best political affairs conferences, hosted by, wait for it, a board of realtors. Political affairs, by realtors. It's like a dentist hosting a summit on rocket science. Completely baffling. Somehow, the worlds of property sales and provincial politics collided, and Prince Harry thought this was a meaningful opportunity to impart wisdom. The lineup of speakers makes things even stranger, leaders from Ontario's major political parties, including Doug Ford himself, alongside over 450 politically motivated realtors. Politically motivated. Since when do real estate agents run on political agendas instead of commissions? The whole setup is a confusing mix of power, politics, and property, and Harry, ever eager to insert himself into any high-profile gathering, just had to show up. His presence felt off-brand for a prince. Royals are meant to embody dignity, service, and diplomacy, not awkwardly hobnobbing with a crowd of property agents while under media blackout orders. Yet there he was, apparently enjoying six figures for 20 minutes of speaking. It's almost comical, a prince, flown in from across the Atlantic, delivering a brief TED-style address to a group whose main concern is, presumably, square footage and mortgage rates. Somehow, this bizarre combination of politics and real estate perfectly encapsulates the absurdity of Harry's post-royal life. So, what pearls of wisdom did Prince Harry share during his 20-minute TED-style cameo in Toronto? Brace yourself, because it's exactly as bizarre as you might imagine. In true Harry fashion, he delivered a mix of platitudes about a life of service, and cryptic advice like, put your own mask on before helping others. Yes, because nothing screams relevance to a room full of politically motivated realtors quite like airline safety instructions. Now, let's dissect this. A life of service. That seems to conveniently ignore the multi-million-dollar Netflix and Spotify deals that Harry and Meghan signed the moment they left royal duties behind. Service, apparently, now comes with royalties, streaming contracts, and six-figure speaking gigs. And the mask metaphor. One can almost hear him dramatically clutching his chest, recalling the trials of balancing royal privilege with personal burnout. Therapy, self-care, grief, sure, we get it, but juxtaposed with lining pockets and vacationing in Canada, it's hard to take seriously. Sources note Harry's development has arrested since childhood, and the man clearly needs therapy beyond the occasional coaching session. Despite lofty statements about service and leadership, the event revealed a man still grappling with maturity, identity, and purpose. 20 minutes of self-reflection disguised as advice, and pocketing six figures while doing it, is the perfect encapsulation of post-royal Harry. As expected, the Canadian public and media weren't exactly rolling out the red carpet for Harry's speaking gig. People magazine called it an under-the-radar appearance, but insiders didn't hold back. The optics were terrible. Paying hundreds of dollars for a half-hour of vague royal musings left many scratching their heads. Tickets didn't sell out, attendees were unimpressed, and Harry's reputation as a rent-a-prince was reinforced in real time. Royal commentators highlighted the absurdity. Here's a man with a life of inherited privilege, flown in from across the Atlantic, delivering generic advice to a room of politically motivated realtors, and he wants applause for it. Even those normally sympathetic to the Sussexes had to admit this was a PR disaster. The optics of secrecy, six-figure pay, and minimal effort suggested Harry was monetizing his title without contributing any meaningful service, a pattern eerily reminiscent of past royal scandals. The long-term implications are striking. Rent-a-prince appearances risk damaging credibility not just for Harry, but for the monarchy as a whole. Canadians, and the global public, are watching. A prince who appears to be a caricature of entitlement doesn't inspire confidence. Parliament and royal advisors might soon see such stunts as justification for tighter control, or even stripping titles, if rogue royals continue monetizing privilege. In short, the world is asking, what is Harry actually contributing, besides embarrassment and a hefty paycheck? After his Toronto real estate escapade, Prince Harry didn't go home to relax with Meghan and the kids. No, he hopped straight over to New York City to make a very special late-night appearance with Stephen Colbert. And the timing? Perfectly awful. On the exact same day Meghan dropped her holiday special, Harry decided to steal the spotlight with a cringe-inducing TikTok lip-sync segment. Because, of course, nothing says royalty in service like awkwardly mouthing along to a random clip for millions to watch. Watching Harry fumble through the lip-sync, you can't help but question, is he self-aware? Does he realize that mocking himself as a D-list actor while simultaneously billing himself as a royal highness sends one very clear message: entitlement over responsibility? The segment was bizarre, disjointed, and absolutely unnecessary. It screamed, "Look at me, world, I'm funny and relatable," except, he wasn't. But Harry didn't stop there. No, this appearance doubled down with an even more absurd stunt, auditioning for a Hallmark movie. Yes, a real-life prince acting like he wants to play a gingerbread prince in a Christmas rom-com. It's almost too surreal for words. Here's a man born into history, privilege, and service, opting instead to chase Hollywood fantasies while millions watch him fumble through skits and lip-syncs. Next up, Harry's Hallmark audition. Because clearly, after a day of speaking to politically charged realtors and embarrassing himself on Colbert, the world needed to see him pretend to audition for a royal role in a Christmas movie. The irony is delicious. Harry, a genuine royal prince, decided to lean into the American obsession with both Christmas films and Monarchy, and somehow convinced himself this was brilliant. Watching him stumble through the dialogue, making awkward jokes about riding horses and helicopters, it's painfully clear, Harry has no idea how absurd this looks. Royal duties, dignity, and service, all replaced with a self-indulgent performance aimed at applause rather than respect. Meanwhile, Americans are watching a prince flounder, trying to be funny, relatable, and cinematic all at once. The result? Cringe. Pure cringe. It's also a telling glimpse into Harry's post-royal ambitions. Hollywood and Hallmark may seem fun, but for someone born into historical responsibility, this is a dramatic misalignment. The man who could attend state dinners, work on global humanitarian efforts, or advocate from a platform few could access is instead chasing skits and acting bits. Service replaced with self-promotion, dignity replaced with theater. And while Americans may chuckle, the monarchy and global observers are left shaking their heads at a prince who can't quite reconcile fantasy with reality. Prince Harry's antics took a sharper turn when he decided to take a subtle, or maybe not so subtle, dig at President Trump during his Colbert appearance. Now, let's pause for a reality check. Harry is a royal prince. His father is the king. His brother is the future king. And here he is, making political jabs on American television like some amateur late-night comic. Political commentary might be fine for most of us, but for a man born into monarchy, it's wildly inappropriate and a textbook example of entitlement overshadowing judgment. The optics are even worse considering recent events. Trump visited the UK for a state visit just months ago and publicly praised Catherine and William while omitting Harry. One would think this would be a lesson in humility, diplomacy, or discretion. Instead, Harry doubles down on self-importance, acting as though he's, after the Toronto real estate fiasco, the Colbert cringe fest, and the Hallmark audition spectacle. One has to ask, is this the beginning of the end for Prince Harry's royal credibility? The optics are brutal. Public trust is eroding, his reputation is taking hits daily, and Parliament is quietly watching. Royals who stray too far from duty and decorum, rogue royals, if you will, face serious consequences. And Harry is rapidly approaching that line. History offers a cautionary tale in Uncle Andrew. Andrew's scandals, entitled behavior, and blatant monetization of status didn't just embarrass him, they embarrassed the entire monarchy. Now, Harry seems to be rewriting the playbook. Six-figure speaking gigs, TikTok antics, political digs, and Hallmark movie fantasies are stacking up in a way that makes advisors and Parliament raise eyebrows. One can almost hear the whispers, maybe it's time to issue letters patent, strip titles, and ensure rogue royals don't continue to tarnish the institution. And yes, let's be real for a moment, Harry may soon be known as Harry Mountbatten Windsor, sans dukedom, stripped down to mere nomenclature while the rest of the family carries on with service and responsibility. The warning signs are clear, and unless this prince recalibrates quickly, he's on a collision course with history repeating itself, just like Uncle Andy. For the monarchy, discretion and duty still reign supreme, and Harry's antics are dangerously close to overstepping that boundary. So here's the question for you, is Harry truly untouchable, or is he just a special kind of stupid, repeating history while the monarchy holds its collective facepalm? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's discuss whether the prince can recover dignity, or if we're witnessing a royal train wreck in slow motion. Share your opinions, like, subscribe, and don't miss our next deep dive into royal antics, because clearly, this saga is far from over.